the Warriors Convention, and registration is open. Warriors, caregivers, and community, we can't wait to see you all at the 10th Annual Warriors Convention, where we're celebrating 10 years and taking over Houston in partnership with the Houston Collaborative and all of our Texas partners at the JW Marriott by the Galleria. Join us for education, conversation, and networking while building relationships and partnerships. There's something for everyone. It's a family event. So I'm calling all of our 55 plus warriors. Please join us for the golden experience made just for you. Kings and queens, get your tickets today to the Royal Ball. It's a hybrid event and you can choose your experience. Go to sicklecellconvention.org now because we want to see you there. Can you hear me now? Oh my gosh. Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for joining. It's your girl, Sharonda. I'm like, oh my goodness, what you mean you can't hear me? Hey, y'all know, talk back to me and say hello to me in the chat. I want to acknowledge who you are and thank you guys for joining us for another conversation. Today, I have some special guests on the show where we are going to be talking a little bit about the convention, but I also want to say hi, y'all. I mean, it's Wednesday. We've gotten here. We only got 2 more days to go before the weekend, and we can rest and shop and have family and have a lot of excitement. Now, who is in the chat? Who is with me in this place today, tonight? I just want to say thank you to everyone that watched our show last night with Miss Shamanica Wiggins. She gave such great tips about traveling. Hi, Etta. That's my girl. Creative content team. We don't even have signs or anything, Etta. I'm sorry. I just, you already know creative content. That's a thing. Hello. Somebody said hello, Sharonda. Hi. I need to know your name. Who are you? Because it just says Facebook user. I need to know who you are so I can address you and tell you thank you so much for joining me tonight. Now, I just need everybody to do me a favor and share this live. We're going to ask a few questions to our guest on tonight. Nothing scientific, people. We're just getting to know the people behind the brands and getting to know the people that are sponsoring and supporting all of what the consortium is doing. So I guess with that being said, thank you guys. Thank you all of our sponsors who are sponsoring the 10th Annual Warriors Convention. Yes, we are 10 years out. Now, I know it's a little bit confusing because they're like, wait a minute, we just had like the 7th Annual Leadership Summit. Yeah. The convention came before the leadership summit, so it's a whole thing. So it's okay. But thank you guys for joining us tonight, and thank you for shouting out. Oh, hey, Tanique. Hi, Tanique. Tell baby girl I said hi. Are y'all coming to the convention? You're not? Why not? Are you going to be there? I don't know. Put it in the chat. I need to know that. All right. I am going to go ahead and introduce some of our guests for tonight. We are going to be talking with Vertex. Woo! I wish I had my little clapper thing because normally I do, but I'm going to show you guys something first before I introduce these beautiful ladies that I absolutely love. And so before I do that, I see somebody in the chat. Somebody gave me a heart and a queen. I know I don't have my crown on, and I was supposed to come on here and say, all right, kings and queens. And I think I did, but y'all couldn't hear me. So let me say it again. Let me start over. Hello, kings and queens. Hey, y'all, because our convention is called the theme of the convention this year is Sickle Cell Excellence, Breaking Barriers. Oh my gosh, that's how you do 10 years. You talk about the excellence that we have in this community. See, I'm on my soap opera again. And so I'm supposed to be introducing guests. So I'm gonna calm down and give me a second. Let me just do one thing before I introduce them, because it's something that I think we should absolutely do. And I'm going to share a video really quick. And I want you to kind of just pay attention to what's being said, because this company here is not just about talking about it. but they are really, really supporting the community. And so we just want to show them some love. All right, I see y'all in the chat. Keep talking to me, keep talking back to me, and please share this live. All right, here we go.
Is our life. Sickle cell disease is our life. There is not a day that we're not impacted. Sickle cell disease is our life. There is not a day that we're not impacted. It's like facing this giant, and you're this little person, and you're like, this giant sickle cell disease is not going to have my kids. It was back to back to back saying that your child has the disease, your child has the disease, your child has the disease. For me, when I got that diagnosis, it felt like getting a death sentence. We know that not everyone else is worried about blood. They're leading their normal lives, just worry about other stuff, but we worry about the temperature. We worry about just being taken seriously, not being stigmatized. And for caregivers, we worry about being fired from jobs. I've been fired from a few jobs because my kids were in the hospital and I chose to be there with them. That is a story of so many parents. I think over the years we just learned to make it work for us because this is our normal. I have felt alone in the past, and that is with having family support. I happen to be fortunate. I have a mother who dropped everything and she lives with us, but not all families have that. It's been a tough journey. They are just young girls trying to navigate life, and they have aspirations just like everyone else. They just have to navigate a little differently. It's a difficult journey, and it's important for families not to feel like they're alone.
See what I'm talking about? What listen, this community is so awesome and that video was so good. Oh my goodness. And so without further ado, I am going to introduce to some of you guys. And so here it is, Miss Tasha Lee, Dr. Tasha Lee, and then Dr. Marjorie Dejoie Brewer. Hello, ladies.
Hello, Sharonda.
Hey, Sharonda.
You give all the energy.
So excited to have y'all. Y'all know, like, I always get so nervous before like events or having to talk. But this one, I was like, Dr. Bay, it's all right. I got this because these ladies right here, they know what they talking about. And we love you guys. First of all, before we even get started, we want to say thank you to Vertex for being our title sponsor of the 10th Annual Warriors Convention. We really appreciate it. You have no idea how much we appreciate your commitment to this community, not to just to us, but to this community. Every time I open a flyer or an event, I'm seeing Vertex just flying through the flyers and flying through the events. And you guys are not just showing up for like just the publicity. You're actually trying to make a difference in this community. And I know both of you on different levels. And so I know your stories and I know exactly what it means to you to be a part of this company, but also a part of this community. So some people don't know who you are. So we're going to start there. We're going to start with Dr. Tasha Lee first. And if you can introduce yourself in the role that you play at Vertex.
So I'm Tasha Lee, and I lead our patient advocacy and our heme portfolio, which includes sickle cell disease and also a cousin to sickle cell disease, which is beta thalassemia. I'm based in the Washington, D.C. area and have a long history with the sickle cell community, both from a professional as well as a personal standpoint. And I'm looking online because I did do the share on Facebook. You guys know I'm not a big Facebook person, but I did the share to see if some of my cousins were tuning in who are warriors.
Thank you so much, Tasha. And so now I want to talk to my girl, Dr. Marjorie Dejoie Brewer. I like saying her name.
I love how you say that. A little of joy, a little doctor of joy. But thank you. Hi, I'm Marjorie. I am Tasha's counterpart for the evening. We are a dynamic duo, so we're doing a lot of different events. Right now, my role at Vertex is one of the medical directors for the Global Medical Affairs team for hemoglobinopathies, sickle cell disease, and thalassemia. And I am a fellow warrior. I am entrenched in this community in every which way. And it's a privilege. It's a privilege and it's a passion. And we are bringing that to the table today. So that's me.
Yes. Oh my goodness, she's talking about that's it. It's not, y'all. I just want to let y'all know if you ever have seen like our Sunday sessions or any of our events, you know it's not ever it with her. I want to just say one thing to Dr. Marjorie. I know that, even when she's like not feeling well or got so many things going on, if anybody in the community calls for an event for her to speak, to share, to advocate, she's going to be there. And that's one of those things that you have to just give hats off to, because some people are like, oh, I'm too busy, I'm too this and I'm too that. She literally works and really helps everybody in the community, not just the warriors, not just Vertex, not just people you see on the big stage. She is for the community, and I always have to give her shouts out. And I my hat off to you,
Thank
Dr.
you so much.
Dage. I really
appreciate that. Thank
and
you.
I was talking to Tasha last year. Oh my goodness. We had so much fun on our live last year before this session. And Tasha was telling me about her family. So her family literally comes to our virtual events. And it's always so cute and so fun to watch, because those connections and those bonds, building that with your family. Tasha does not have sickle cell, but she's such a great ally in this community, like such a great advocate. And those are the type of people that we need at the helm of pharmaceutical companies, or professional advocates, to have the voice of the community. And so you guys have that. And every time I talk to Scott, one of the things he always says, he was before a live or before a conversation, nothing for us without us. He has learned it, it's etched in his brain. It is like, yes, I like that, Scott. And though he's not here with us, I want to also give homage to him as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Scott McGugan. I always mess up his name, but he's like, that's all right, Sharonda, just say what you need to say. Now, let's talk about a little bit about Vertex. And I know you guys told us your role there, but what is it about Vertex that's making you stay and making you really be what drew you to Vertex? Let's talk about that a little bit. First, you, Tasha.
So thank you, Sharonda. I really enjoy my colleagues, being able to work with someone like Marjorie, a collaborative type of organization. We love partnering with the community and not just doing things for the community, as you mentioned, Sharonda. And I think it's the team and their dedication to this disease. And I think the other thing about Vertex is we take a look at a disease and we don't just try to apply one, approach to potentially treating it, but we take a big toolbox and, try to address the disease in various ways. And while we're not here to talk about any of those today, you'll see over time that our commitment to this disease is strong, and we're not just here for a one and done. We really do see a partnership with the broader community. And that's why you continue to see us places, because the company as a whole has not been in this space before. It was traditionally a CF company. And in broadening out their rare disease portfolio, they really saw the need in sickle cell disease and broaden that portfolio. And you see people like myself and Marge and Nena and some others from the broader heme community joining Vertex.
Wow. Yeah, and I can attest to that. You guys really are here for the community, and you want to know what it is that we need, what we want, what we desire. And there's a lot of companies that we've spoken to, had many roundtable discussions about, and you could tell that it's kind of like, yeah, I want to do this roundtable, but I'm not going to really do anything for you or with it. I'm just going to get the information and not really work with the community. And I've heard, I know firsthand that you guys are listening to the community. And if you got Dr. Marge there, you best believe she's going to make sure you're taken care of. All right, so Dr. Dejoie Brewer. So tell us, like, what drew you to Vertex? Because you're a patient, and so with that being said, like it's like a borderline, because you are also a doctor, just like Dr. Lakia Bailey. So that's one of those things that you wear both of the hats. So what drew you to Vertex, and what's keeping you there?
Great question. And I'm going to take a unique way to answer this, because one, I would say ditto to everything that Tasha said. And Tasha brings it. She keeps everyone accountable also. So she's a great counterpart. It is not just Dr. Dishwa, it's Dr. Lee over there too. So I'm going to take the perspective of saying, you know how in the community we say we can do hard things?
Mm-hmm.
We're built this way to handle the hardness of the day to day to day. To a certain extent, we don't have a choice. Vertex is not afraid of doing the hard thing. We're committed to the challenges. There is a unique build that can walk into a room knowing that there's a challenge and still want to do the impossible and make it possible. So besides being cutting edge,
Mm-hmm.
Tasha and I are both geeky girls and both Star Trekky people. And so being a Vertexian is amazing. But the fact that we're not afraid to tackle certain things matched my build. And that made it intriguing. And I feel like warriors can really understand that mindset. Sometimes we are caught up in the push pass. And sometimes we just have to stay in the present moment, which can be uncomfortable. But you got to not be afraid to get uncomfortable in order to get progress. So that is my unique answer for the evening. That is what pulled me in to Vertex, because there was this realization that they were not afraid to do hard things and try to make the impossible possible.
Oh, I like
that. Think, yeah, the impossible possible, but that's part of our tagline too, right, Marjorie? The science of possibility.
Yes.
We're geeky in terms of the science, but we are, courageous like warriors in addressing the possibilities and exploring what we can do as a company to make lives better for individuals with genetic diseases.
And not shying away from a challenge when it presents itself. There are individuals who don't have a choice. But then there are individuals who have a choice and still stay at the table. Come on. I'm like, okay, I want to be at that table.
I love that. So just a follow-up question to that, like, where do you see, your company going within the next 5 years when it comes to, this community in sickle cell? Like, where do you see us, like, as partners and things like that? Where do you see us going?
Well, you kind of know some inside ball there, Sharonda. My colleague Emily will be at the conference. We're bringing a team of Vertexians to Houston, and Emily will be meeting with several individuals at the conference. We really want to partner with the community to create resources, amplify resources that exist. We've done some, research and focus groups to identify that there are some gaps. And instead of us creating the gaps, partnering with the community to fill those gaps. Things, especially from a caregiver perspective, we know that, as highlighted in the video that Matt Pillar shared, it's like facing a giant. And what are some steps that we can do to make that surmountable, not insurmountable, for caregivers and families who are new to sickle? I know last year you referenced this Facebook Live where I shared that my cousin contacted me on World Sickle Cell Day of 2020, freaked out because she got the diagnosis for my little cousin of having sickle cell. And I said, no worries. I'm going to connect you to this organization. You got to go to this conference. You got to join this Facebook group. And then this hematologist. There's resources out there, but sometimes when parents and families first hear about the disease, they're scared. And that fear is understandable. But creating resources and sharing those resources that are built with the community perspectives, because you guys are the masters and experts of your disease, but sometimes that knowledge is in here and we need to share that broadly.
Yeah, I get that. And so for you, Dr. Marge, what do you think, where you think we're going as like the doctor in you and then the patient in you?
Absolutely. I'm going to, again, ditto everything Tasha just said. I think there's a unique opportunity to make sure that we have the communication as clearly as possible. And communication evolves, trust evolves.
Yes.
So what I'd like to see, and what I know as Vertexian we're hoping, is that, one, we listen actively. We pay attention to the details that the community is sharing, and then we react and help accordingly. And in doing that, in elevating the voice of the community through the channels that are available to us, we will hopefully build that trust and be accepted as a supporting, the supporting cast, the
Yeah.
supporting cast
I
of
like that.
the mission of the community itself. And that's not a small feat, as you know.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it can be done. And I feel like as Vertexian, we want to approach it carefully so that we do exactly that. So I would add that to Tasha's response.
Thank you. Like I like that though. And what's sticking with me that you guys have said the most right now is Vertex is not afraid to do the hard things. And you see the possibilities. I love that because one of the things about warriors is when you're in that stage of, pain and you're trying to figure out if this is going to be my last, or you're going to the hospital, you think about the possibilities. You think about, is it possible that I can be a doctor? Is it possible that I can do um X, Y, and Z? And so that's sticking with me like more than usual. Like I know y'all tagline, and I know what you guys would like. Tasha said, like we've talked multiple times, and y'all, I love me some Tasha Lee because she holds. Dr. Marjorie's right. She will hold everybody accountable, even me. She'd be like, "All right, Sharonda, I need that." I'll be like, "Yes, ma'am." But that's sticking with me, doing the hard things, and so that's one of the things that I think people are afraid of. And one thing that Dr. Bailey says, and when I first met her, she was like, the lie that someone has, the biggest lie that has been told is that you can't do something. And so that's the biggest lie for this community because we can. We literally have an entire track right now. It's new, and I'm gonna put my plug in here real quick for the Golden Warrior experience.
Yeah.
And what that is warriors over 55 plus. 55 plus. Like what? There are warriors out here 55 plus. And what we're doing is we're honoring them this year at the convention, our 10th year anniversary. We're saying, listen, thank you for your journey. Thank you for, paving a way for us. And so it's exciting because that right there is possibilities. That tells me that Sharonda, it's a possibility that you could make, you know what I'm saying, 55, because I want to, is. And so that right there is just, it's sticking with me because the consortium, one of the things that we do is we do the hard things. We do the things that people are like shy away from. And it's been one of those times in our organization where it's kind of like, no matter what, push forward. It's not for us, it's for the community, it's for the bigger picture, and making sure that we're doing the hard things. All right, I'm getting off my soapbox. I love it. I appreciate you ladies for, just kind of diving into that. One of the things we want to talk about now is the convention. Like, y'all have been a part of the convention since 2019, and Dr. Bailey will probably, correct me. It might be before then, but I know for sure since 2019. And it is just like so great to see you guys like blossom from where you were to where you are now, and how you're taking a hold of the narratives of our stories and sharing them, just like the one that I played the video of. And Tasha, we were talking earlier, there's a lot of them, but this one was one of my favorites because it not only talks about the warrior but also the caregivers, which is one thing that we're passionate about. It's not for us just about the warrior, it's the bigger picture. It's everyone that is affected. When you have someone that has sickle cell, it's not just you, it is the entire family, it's your entire community. And that's just something that I've seen you guys really embrace. And you're dedicated to making sure that you're a part of all of those conversations. So again, thank you so much for that. But let's talk about the convention, July 18th through the 23rd, y'all. If you have not registered yet, what you waiting for? I mean, like, what
Don't miss a good time.
Don't miss a good time. Like, it's gonna be on you if you do. Now, I do know that everybody's like, well, is it hybrid? Like, can I go online? I thought you guys were doing online. Well, listen, we got you. You can either do it virtual or in person. One event, two experiences, and they're both unique. And if you've ever been to any of our virtual events, you know we do that right as well. So it doesn't matter which way you come, which way you experience this event, you definitely can do it both ways. But if you come in person, you'll meet me, number one. And
Yay!
and then you'll meet the Vertex team and the superstars behind Vertex in the community, the sickle cell community. Vertex has, and they have like a whole culture at their organization, which is great. But what are you guys most excited about for the convention, the upcoming convention?
So much. I think seeing everyone in person. I think
Yes.
we have been dealing with COVID-19 forever.
Yes.
And being able to come together as a community and embrace one another, support one another, amplify the voices of the warrior community,
Yeah.
and just showcase the amazingness of what it is to be a warrior, I think is just what brings me so much joy. And I'm so excited. We were talking, when we were prepping, which airport are you flying into? How long are you staying? I'll be there the whole time, to Sunday. But the conference, I think you guys put on a fabulous event when it was hybrid. It's going to be even more fabulous in person. And I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to the Royal Ball. I'm looking forward to the worship service. What is it? The first time having the health fair.
Yes.
There's so much. I mean, there's something for everyone, even the paint and sip and the family fun night, the education. I mean, there's nothing that you could have added, I think. I mean, who knows? Next year, you're going to amaze us and add something that I'm like,
you know what's right. You do know the consortium, right? Because next year is probably going to be like, what? What are we doing?
Blow our minds every time. Yep.
What about you, Dr. Marge?
So I'm looking forward to the energy. I think there's this, and again, virtual and live, two great experiences. But there's something that when you walk in that hotel, there's almost this anticipation that you're going to see individuals that will embrace you just as you are.
Yes.
On every level. There is an assurance of knowing that that's what you're walking into, that's comfortable. And so that energy is just that when you see everyone, hey girl, hey, what's up? Oh my God, I love your outfit. What? That initial, it's like you go down the runway because you say hi to everybody, bing, 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 and the energy feels like it bounces off the wall. I think that's one of the most humbling experiences, but also very energetic, because you can really just lay your burdens at the door because it's going to be a good time. But you also know that you're going to be around individuals that, as we like to say, they've got your back. You don't have to explain anything. Yeah. And that's unique because we know that we are in many environments, all warriors, meaning all members of this community, that we walk into rooms many times and there is no shedding of that. There is none, no matter what. We all chose to come into this particular arena. So to be able to put that down is great. The other thing is, I love me some game night and I love the DJ. So, Sharonda, I get sometimes, Dominique be like, Doc, you can't play. I'm like, so I love a good game night. I love when we do the music because the music is always popping. And I love when you have the artists around. The education is the education. So everyone knows that I love that. See how big my forehead is. So I'm not going to say the education. I'm going to say, fellow geeky girl over there. I'm just going to choose those sessions. That's what I'm excited about.
You are hilarious. That is so funny. When you sound like Dr. Bay, she was like, I geeks out. Like, y'all know when she gets to talking about the science of things, like I always say, we balance each other out. She's all sciencey. I'm the creative side. I'd be like, okay, that's your part. You say
your part. Remember, she passed the baton over to Dr. Rowley when Dr. Rowley was talking about the bird.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
A warrior, like what was it? June 19th. World Sickle Cell Day. Yes, she passed the baton.
Yes, she did.
I feel like they're about equal now. They're equal now. I think they're equal.
I agree. Don't worry, Tasha and I we're gonna edge them out. We're just waiting for the opportunity. That's all.
Yeah. So, but you know what, Dr. Marsh, you could play the games this year.
Right now.
You can play the games. You can play the games. But I'm so glad that you said about the family game night and the reception. So the first night we are going to have a reception where we're just giving y'all space to eat, talk to each other, and just get to know each other again and hug and do all of the things because we understand that we ain't been together since 2019. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
I
Yeah,
know
been a
y'all
minute.
traveling and people been going to different events, but for the convention, y'all, we ain't been together since 2019. I cannot even believe that that is a thing. So we're gonna have that, and then on the second night is family game night. Yes, we're gonna do all the things for family game night, and we're super excited about it because we are gonna have the music and we're gonna have some fun. But in this community, when I say trivia is a whole thing, y'all be real about that trivia. Y'all be, I'm like,
Oh
everybody
yes.
calm down. And you know, Dominique loves it. She's like, yeah, yeah. And Dr. Riley, virtually, she's always trying to get the East Coast against the West Coast. I'd be
Yes,
like,
she is. Yes,
ma'am, stop it. So we
we're
are
there for
definitely
it. We're
going to
there
have
for
that.
it.
And then y'all, we are going to have the next night is going to be the homecoming. And I'm
Mm.
excited about this because we are going to be asking everyone, rep your city, rep your state, rep your organization, or if you don't have anything, rep a sickle cell t-shirt. It's just like a HBCU homecoming. We're going to have some steppers there. We're going to have a little drum line, some music, but we're asking everybody to come and rep whatever you want to, sorority, fraternity, whatever you want to do. That's your night to rep. And if you have an organization, rep your t-shirt with your organization or your gear, whatever that looks like. But we really want to actually, show each other what we've been doing these past few years. We're going to have our royal court that night, which is so exciting because we're bringing back it's prom, but this year is the royal ball. Yes, we're excited about that. So on homecoming night, we really want everybody to come in and just kind of rep whatever you want to rep, and we're going to have some fun that night. And then the next night after that is the royal ball.
Ooh.
I didn't have my crown on. I don't have my crown on tonight, but kings and queens, go ahead and get whatever your outfit you got to get because on Saturday night we are having a royal ball. And it is a fundraiser this year because we are doing so many things in this community. And like everybody knows, you need coins to do all of it. So we are having our royal ball as a fundraiser this year, and we're super excited about that. We're going to have our prom king and a prom queen that's going to be announced that night. So that's going to be fun. And we got a little special something from the kids that they want to show y'all. So that's gonna be exciting at the Royal Ball. So I can't tell y'all because they're gonna be like, Miss Sharonda, don't tell the people yet. So I'm not
They love a surprise.
next generation. I'm not going to
Yes.
tell all of your business just yet.
Yes.
Okay, we're not going to do that. But yeah, so those are like a lot of the stuff that we're going to be doing. But Tasha mentioned the health fair. Y'all, we haven't ever had a health fair, but every city we go to, we have what we call a service project. And the service project this year is the health fair. And we have partnered with As One Foundation, the Houston Collaborative, and the Houston Health Department to bring the back to school health fair. And so, As One Foundation has already collected 1,200 backpacks. And so, we need your help to fill those backpacks with supplies for the kids. I was like, the kids just got out of school. Now it's time to go back. I mean, I just blinked and now it's time for them to go back. And so it's time for school supplies. And if you know, like I know, recession is here and school supplies are expensive. And so we are giving back to the community in that way. Now, I will tell you, you do not have to have sickle cell to come to the health fair. You do not have to be a trait warrior to come to the health fair. It is literally for the community. So if anybody wants to come, you are more than welcome to come. And that's what I love about the consortium. What we do for you guys is literally for you guys. We want to make sure that it's a place and a space for everyone. Now, we are going to have morning wellness each morning at the convention in person and virtually with our very own. I wish I did did y'all hear my drum roll? Not really. Oh, there you go. Dr. Marjorie Desjoy Brewer. She's going to be doing morning wellness every morning with you guys and just making sure that you are grounded, building your toolkit. I learned that every Sunday. Yes, I do. With the Mental Health and Wellness Initiative. Dr. Marjorie, can you tell us a little bit about what you have in store for the people for morning wellness?
Oh, absolutely. Being able to share tools, things that people can kind of put in their back pocket, reproduce, redo, tailor for themselves in order to feel well and grounded is really important. And I know that the consortium is very big in really telling everyone, we want you to be at your best.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure we keep you at your best throughout the entire convention. So why not remind you in the morning? So we will have sessions on sound therapy. We'll share some sessions on energy medicine or Reiki. We'll share sessions on enjoying or the micro moments, finding joy in the micro moments, what we're calling the blessed warrior moment. That's a thing, y'all. It's a
It
blessed
is.
warrior moment.
It is.
It's such a thing. Journaling, owning your narrative, grief, heavy topic, but so much more effective when we talk in person. And we've been talking a lot about complicated grief, individuals living with sickle cell disease and their caregivers and extended community go through a lot of cycles and a lot of levels of that. So that's going to be an important session that we're going to dive into, and some self-care. So that's an idea. Of course, breath work is always involved. A little bit of yoga and movement is always involved. I know there's going to be some nutrition in there, but really opportunities for us as individuals to come together and hold each other up, cry on each other's shoulders, help each other wipe a couple of tears, and just brush it off and keep going. So
Yes.
we'd love to see you for all this wellness sessions.
Yes. And I want to talk to you, Miss Tasha, Dr. Tasha Lee, who we always love. We want to talk to you about your roundtables and your discussions and your focus groups that you're going to be having, fireside chats that you're going to have at the convention. Can you just give us a little a bit and invite the people to come join you at your with your session?
So one special session we're going to do this year is focused on legislative advocacy, and it's a big push in the community to elevate your voice, let policymakers know what your lived experience is and the barriers that you face, and how they as policymakers can create policy and legislative solutions in your local environment, state, so that, you know, outcomes can be better for individuals living with sickle cell disease. So that will be taking place, I believe, is that Friday? Is that Friday?
You really
want Friday or Thursday? It's all a blur.
It's all a blur.
I was like blur after the convention, but right now I just like it's so many things.
It is.
Check out the agenda.
The agenda. Yes.
Wonderfully packed agenda, but it's going to be amazing. And then my colleague, Emily Gagg, is going to be doing some fireside chats. Yes. So if you are a warrior or caregiver who is interested in chatting with her, sharing with her some insights about your experience and journey, you can sign up for that. And there is also going to be an opportunity to have you photographed if you agree, and potentially be featured in some materials. And then for our CBO leaders who are members of the consortium, there's also going to be a roundtable discussion with you and some of our teams to really look at that kind of thing that we said, the teaser of how we can work together with the community to create resources. So kind of a co-creation project. And so there's a lot in store. We look forward to engaging with all of you, but also our booth. We are going to have an amazing booth this year. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. I'm going to give a sneak peek to it. But we actually have two in person, and we have one online that will be posted. But in person, we would love for you to stop by, meet members of our team. I think there's a little over a dozen of us attending. You can meet our advocacy team who works in those states on the state roundtables, which is the legislative advocacy that I'm going to give an update on. But also, we want to hear something about you and what your hope for the sickle community is, what defines a warrior. So we really want to engage with you, create a collage of all the responses. So we definitely want to see you at our booths at the convention. And we look forward to just being there in person, because I think that's the thing that so many members of our teams have missed.
Yes.
Can we not talk about the science, Tasha? Can we not say we're going to do a little bit of science?
Oh, we're going to do. Well, she asked me about the focus groups and the fireside.
But I was like, wait, can I ask everyone? Yes, let's talk about that. Go ahead. But before you do, I like that the pictures and the creative side. My mind just got blown. I was so excited.
Yeah.
I love it. Y'all know I love it. When I first saw the website, I was like, oh, colors. Yes, yeah, everything is in the right place. Dr. Wright, you know how I yell. I was
Yes.
like, yes, they did that. Okay, go ahead. Let's talk about the science geek out real quick.
So that's going to be Friday,
Mhm.
and Dr. Brewer, Dr. Brewer, will be speaking on 2 panels. One will be a curative therapies panel discussion, and I'll let her speak to that one. And then she and I are double teaming it like we're doing today, tag team, a presentation, a little bit of a lunch and learn about Vertex. So you hear a little bit about us, our commitment to the community, as well as our investigational approach to or one of our, I should say, investigational approaches towards sickle cell disease.
Nice.
At our lunch and learns, we learn so much from the community, but we always get such good conversation. Almost no questions are off the table. We like to entertain all, and if we can't answer you right then and there, we always get back to you. So always such a good time. And for our curative conversation, we just really want to make the science digestible. We
Yeah.
want to talk about what we're bringing to the table as it relates to our scientific narrative and our story, and share that with the community, which we've done before, but maybe in a different way so that it lands with different people, because we want the light bulbs to go off in the room for everyone.
Yeah.
So what do we as Vertexian and our protocol bring to the table? We're going to share that during that curative panel.
I like y'all. I mean, y'all gonna be busy. Y'all gonna be busy as we are. Let's go. I mean, looking back to my where are they? They're in their room. They're taking care of business. I love it, and I love that you guys are gonna have the booths. I want to know. Don't tell me though. I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
Too. Don't tell me.
Surprised.
Yeah, I want to be surprised too. I like.
All we're going to say is color. Can I say
Ooh.
color? Color.
Yeah, color.
Okay.
That's fair. So you can't say we didn't say anything.
Now I
Because
want to
we know
know.
you. We know you.
Now I want to know.
Yeah, I know you do. And
Goodness.
Tommy is the mastermind behind it. She was not playing. It's
Who
going to be amazing.
who was the mastermind?
Dr. Lee, right over there.
Oh, yeah.
My cohort?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Like what? Like what's happening here? Yeah, she is the
Oh, we have a new educational resource, 2 new educational resources that are going to be at the booth.
Yes.
okay.
So for those wanting to know more, we'll have those at the booth.
Oh, I can't
we're
wait.
excited.
I'm working in it, but I'm sure coming to the booth. I'm coming. And so, y'all, guess what? Now we are doing the passport contest in person. So, in virtual, we did it where you had to visit the booth to get your passport. This time, it is in person. So, I mean, you better go visit the booths and make sure you are connected with Vertex and all of these sponsors. But yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to connect with Vertex because listen, and then y'all give me some pictures and tell me because I'm gonna be everywhere else. So get some pictures and let your girl see it. I want to know. Now, there is a question, and the question is: the people for the photos that you're going to get, is this just for caregivers or just for warriors? What is the demographic for that?
Yeah, so it's open. It will be a sign up because I think the fireside chats are taking place during certain hours, but we'll have more details on that when we get to the convention. But they're open to members of the community.
Members, okay. Got it. I love it. And you guys, they are going to be doing something with the children too.
I was going to say, are we not going to talk about our lab? Oh my God.
So we're proud of you guys because you guys organize this. We're
Yes.
just participating and bringing our little geeky selves to answer some questions when they come up. But I am so excited about the activities that are taking place at this year's Warriors Convention. I think you titled them STEM learning activities or STEM activities. Oh my gosh. They are so much fun, and I hope we all can be little mini scientists at convention and get your little honorary certificate or something of that sort.
Yeah, so what we did was, the kids, first of all, I gotta stop calling them kids because they be like, we're warriors, we're next generation. I'm like, okay, but the next generation, they are going to be working in a lab, and we have what's called the STEM lab, and so it's going to be where you have like different, they're going to have different assignments or different experiments during the week. And so on Friday, they're going to be doing it with Vertex. And that's super exciting. And so I'm super excited that you guys are willing to come in and teach and talk. And it's, I think it's going to be good too for them to see, you know, you guys really come in, teach them something, but have fun with them. And I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this live too, is because I wanted to show people that it's not just the company itself, it's the people of the company, it's the culture of the company. That's the reason why we love you guys so much, is that you're willing to get down and gritty with it, with the kids, with the adults, have these fireside chats, these round tables, and really afterwards do something with it. So for this session, these sessions with the kids, it's going to be super fun because they're going to be working with the kids in the lab. We've created an entire space for the lab, and as well as gaming, so kids don't shoot the messenger. There will be labs and gaming, so the STEM room is both. And so on their day, on Vertex Day for the lab, they're going to be doing some experiments and assignments, and I love it. It's going to be super awesome. So if you have not registered, please do so. If you're like, Sharonda, I got 5 kids and I can't afford to get there, I can't. If you are in Houston, this is an exclusive. I've talked to Dr. Bailey with this. If you're in Houston and you are a warrior and or caregiver and have children, it's fine. Send us an email at scholarships@sicklecell.org and let us know that you want to come to the convention. As long as you do not need a room, then you will be able to get into the conference for free, because we want to make sure that this is accessible for the entire community. We are not trying to hold you back. We're not trying to hold things from you guys, but we do need to know if you guys are going to come and register. And we've heard from so many parents that, hey, Sharonda, hey, Dr. Bailey, we have children that want to be there, and it's just not financially possible for us to do that. For the general sponsors and the generosity of everyone that has been given, we are able to do this for the community. You can come if you're in Houston and don't need a room. Let me make that clear, because there's no more room at the end. But if you don't need a room and you're in Houston and you would like to come to the convention, email scholarships@sicklecellconsortium.org and you guys will be able to get in for free. And please make sure you're bringing your children. One of the things that we love about this conference is that our conference, I believe, is the only conference where there is an entire children's track. We are really geared to making sure that the kids know their bodies, because they're the experts of their health, and giving them knowledge will help them grow up to be better advocates and experts of their health. And so the knowledge is power. I mean, we hear it, we've heard it all of our lives, but truly knowledge is power. And if you will allow us to help, train your children or train the community in this way, we are honored to do so. I also want to mention that we have an entire men's track. We talked about something the other day with some guys, and he was like, well, most of the events never really have anything geared towards the men. And I'm like, well, that's not the Sickle Cell Consortium. That's not how we roll at all. So we have an entire men's track. So if husbands, boyfriends, fiancés, cousins, whatever, bring them on. There is an entire track for the men, caregiver men. I know it's rough. You don't know what to say. You don't know how to react to certain things. You don't have a space to talk to somebody. We have men that are willing to have these conversations. Please join us. Warrior Men, financially, it's a burden on you. And you're like, what is happening? I had gotten this crisis. I'm losing my job here and there. And you're feeling like you just need an outlet or have a conversation with people. This is the conference for you, because there is space and opportunity for you to speak, say your piece without us as ladies in there. It's just men. And I want to tell you that you have a support system. If you look around, resources are there for men up and down our sites. And we just want to make sure that you guys know that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to have these conversations, and it's okay for us ladies not to be in your conversations too. Mind your wellness. I know, Dr. Barge, I had to get it out.
You did.
But yes, so we have that, and we also have an entire track for the trade warriors as well. Without trait, there is no disease. And so that conversation is a part of the conversations that we're always having at this convention. So Trait Track with Dr. Tamia Austin of As One Foundation is happening. Kids Track, we've already talked about that. And then we have caregivers. Caregivers, we have an entire convention or event in November for you guys. But if you are coming to the convention, we have a track and conversations just for you. Woo, that's a lot. I'm telling you, when she said it's a lot, when you look at that agenda, it really is. It really is. I'm just saying, Dr. Bailey, I love you, girl, but woo, it's a lot. But so thank you, ladies, so much for joining us and talking to us about Vertex and about all of the work that you're doing. Is there anything that you want to say to the community, or to anybody that has not registered yet? Oh my goodness, I don't know why y'all ain't registered yet. Get on in there, sicklecellconvention.org. You'll get all the information. So Tasha, I'll go with you first. Dr. Lee, I'll go with you first, and let us know, is there anything, last words you want to say to the community, to us, your cousins, make sure you are registering. I said it for you. Go ahead.
Wear your crowns. Let's celebrate the excellence of the community, and we will see you in H-Town.
What about you, Dr. Marge?
Don't miss out.
Yeah.
It is the conference to come to. Do not miss out. It's a safe space. Come and enjoy it with us in whatever lane works for you. Because you actually don't know what you're missing until you show up. So show up so that you'll just keep coming back over and over and over again.
I agree. I like that. I needed to get that as a bite, a sound bite, so I can just play that. I mean, I'm just saying, I like getting sound bites from the people. All right. So July 18th through the 23rd, that is when the conference is happening. It is in Houston, Texas this year at the JW Marriott. Please make sure you are registering. You can do both virtual or in person. So please register at sicklecellconvention.org. Go there now to register. If you, in fact, are in Houston and want to come to the health fair, please, we are going to be at the 5th Ward, I believe. Let me see. Y'all got my glasses. Yes, 5th Ward Multi-Center is where we're going to be for the health fair. Please join us there. And if you can donate to the health fair and the back to school, because we really want to make sure these kids have what they need. Inflation is a thing, and parents, I understand. I get you. I have 6 nephews. Woo! And I'm telling you, I'm like, ain't running, I ain't got you this year. But make sure that you are donating to this. And then, of course, we have our Royal Ball that's happening on that Saturday. Get your tickets to be a part of it. You don't want to miss it. And one thing that I have not talked about just yet, and I'm going to talk about before we leave, is the Beauty Within Sickle Cell. This is one of our most favorite parts of the convention. And let me tell you something. People cry when they get crowned the Beauty Within Sickle Cell Award. This was created in honor of Jasmine Rivera and the Rivera family. They have started a scholarship for Beauty Within Sickle Cell for warriors. And so this year, I'm not going to tell you who's being crowned, but I just want you guys to know that we are also always trying to make sure that both the creative side and the educational side is taken care of. But we also want you to know that there is beauty within you no matter what. Sometimes it feels ugly. You feel it ugly. The situation feels ugly, but just know that there is beauty in everything that is happening. You just have to search for it, seek for it, and just look inside. It's not all the way around you sometimes. Sometimes it's just here. It's just sitting right in your chest. It's sitting right in your smile, and then somebody else's smile. There's always beauty that you can find in whatever's happening. And if you can't find it, find a community that will then share their strength with you, like the consortium or like Dr. Tasha Lee or like Dr. Marjorie. Find a community of people that will insert some beauty with you, insert their strength for you, because sometimes it is hard. It is hard out here, and you just need a community. And so Beauty Within Sickle Cell is one of the things that we're going to be doing. We're going to honor one of the warriors there, or the organization. I can't tell you. I can't say too much. But we're going to do awards this year at the Royal Ball, and it's going to be a real good time. And I am just asking everyone to start registering now. Get there however you can. And if you cannot be there in person, it's okay. We understand. Virtual is a thing. So happy 10th anniversary to the Sickle Cell Consortium and the Warriors Convention. It's, oh my gosh, it's a thing. We are now 10 years old for the convention.
Yes.
I cannot believe it, but it's a thing. So happy anniversary to you, Dr. Bailey, for all the hard work that you have done throughout the entire 10 years. One of the things that I want to say, Miss Tosin Ola was one of the co-founders of the convention, and they started it as a cruise, and it has grown into what we have today. And we expect it to grow every single year. And I know everybody outside now, so people are traveling different places, but it's okay. If you have time, come on to the convention, and we are going to be there for you, giving you some education, some entertainment, and especially some network. So yeah, that's all we have tonight. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me. I appreciate you. I will see y'all in Houston. And yeah,
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Tasha.
See everyone there.
you. So thank you so much for that interview with those beautiful young ladies. I say young ladies because yes, they're young. And I just want to tell y'all, thank you for joining me. Like, y'all have been rocking with me every time I do a live, and I'm so appreciative because your girl, y'all gonna get these crowns, y'all gonna get these lives, because it's just important that we tell you guys all about the things that we have going on for the convention that's coming up. And again, I want to share the dates with you. And if y'all said something to me in the chat, I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on and I have not seen it. So Joy, if you can show it to me, let me know. So the convention is from July 18th through the 23rd, and it is in Houston, Texas at the JW Marriott. And if you, in fact, have not registered yet, please go and do that right now at sicklecellconvention.org. And let me see. I think somebody said something. I'm going to put it up here for you. Thank you, ladies, for sharing great information. Thank you so much, Ed. You are always showing up for your people, and I appreciate it. Now, if y'all have any questions about anything, please let me know, because I am here to answer those questions for you. We want to make sure that everyone has access to this convention. And if you have something that you want to know about, let me know. Put it in the chat. We'll have the team look at the chat later. And then you guys are going to be getting these emails, because I need everybody to register as soon as possible. And for the ball, y'all bring in your best. Make sure you are a part of that ball, because I think it's going to be so amazing. And now I'm just trying to make sure that I've given you guys all the information that my team was like, make sure you do. So we have all the tracks. We have the men track, trait track, young adult track, young adults. I forgot. Young adults, you guys are invited as well. Please come and join us in person or virtually. I'm going to say Dr. Mia Robinson, she is over our young adults, and she is going to be there as well. So make sure that you guys are registering. So that's from age 16 to 23. That's the young adults. Come on out. We're also going to be doing gaming through the pain, Warriors After Dark, and of course, virtually, we're going to be doing paint and chat. Whew, I know that was a lot, but if y'all have any questions, let me know. If not, that is going to end my live. And thank you again for hanging out with your girl. I appreciate it. And all my creatives, please let me know if you have a book, a product, or a service. Hit me up and let me know about it, because I want to talk to you guys, because last year we did the Sickle Cell Expo. This year we're doing Sickle Cell Excellence, and we want to make sure that you guys are a part of it. So thank you guys again for joining us for this live, and I will see you probably on Friday again. Yes, y'all gonna get all these lives, okay? All right, guys, have a great night. It's time for the Warriors Convention, and registration is open. Warriors, caregivers, and community, we can't wait to see you all at the 10th Annual Warriors Convention, where we're celebrating 10 years and taking over Houston in partnership with the Houston Collaborative and all of our Texas partners at the JW Marriott by the Galleria. Join us for education, conversation, and networking while building relationships and partnerships. There's something for everyone. It's a family event. So I'm calling all of our 55 plus warriors. Please join us for the golden experience made just for you. Kings and queens, get your tickets today to the Royal Ball. It's a hybrid event, and you can choose your experience. Go to sicklecellconvention.org now, because we want to see